So I didn't.
We're
I
probably
wasn't.
trying to tamp it down.
I wasn't paying a
Put a
ton
lid
of
on it.
attention. Listen. I'm always kind of intrigued by the students that paint their faces and wear the
Yeah.
striped pants and do all that. And I know they probably play an important role.
Too much work.
But they also, every time Creighton at home comes on the floor, they're the ones that run out with the flags.
Right. Yeah.
Creighton came on the floor, and I turned to the guy next to me, and I was like, do you know something different? And he knew right away. He's been a guy that's been going to Creighton games since the Civic. And I said, whoa. And then at halftime, I saw the sign by the student section. I hadn't noticed the tunnel until he pointed it out. And I'm like, come on. This is a way overreaction to where it makes it seem like CHI is so hostile that, my God, you might as well put, plainclothes police officers in the student section because it's just going to be anarchy. It's such an overreaction, like over the top. Hey, the email, we had fun with the email yesterday. Send the email out. But you have signage now and other things. I mean, man, as Danny Hurley left the building last week with an L, he actually got a victory.
He did.
And it blows me away.
He's living rent-free in the headspace of the administration for Creighton right there.
Hey, we all try and avoid negative energy and negative press, but there is sometimes where it's just way too much. And I thought those actions were way too much. So we got to tamp it down because a guy that gets under everybody's skin, Shaka Smart, and his team, which is higher in the KenPom and higher in the standings than Creighton, is coming in Saturday. Everybody be on your best behavior because we don't want those people from Milwaukee shutting us out of Summerfest. We don't want them telling people in June that Omahans can't come to our Summerfest because they were meanies to our basketball team.
Yeah, F that. Fact, I mean, I'm sorry, but screw that. You've got Shaka Smart. You've got a guy who gets out on the floor and plays defense on his own end, too. I mean, come on. No, that is a bunch of crap. That is absolutely a bunch of crap. That, first of all, when I think of that building at its best, it is never, ever crossed the mind of like, man, these students or this crowd is brutal. That's what makes it so tough. No, they just get loud. They get into it. 95% of it's positive. The other 5% is nothing different than what you're going to see at any other venue. There is no problem with what those students and that crowd have been a part of. I don't even care if we're talking about the UConn game, that you ever think it crosses any type of line. I mean, my God, spend the night in the Big 12, the old Big 8. Go to the birdcage. I mean, come on. I mean, I've played in the old birdcage. We had a guy on our team. He had a child at the age of 15. He was shooting free throws, and they were yelling "Daddy" in front of him. I mean, come on. Like, and those were high school kids. My God, like, you want to try to promote this environment of a home court advantage. Yet when things ramp up a little bit, the intensity of a good game or a potential rival, you don't want some of the animosity that comes with it. You can't have it both. There was a time when that place was called the Quest Center, and you could ask people that are still with the basketball program. The Missouri Valley looked, the teams that would come in, they would see how big that place was, and they would dub it the Quiet Center because it was so big. There was a lot of people there, but nobody ever made any noise. And now that people are getting into games and maybe there was a profane chant, oh my God, we've got to shut the thing down. We've got to police the entire student section. That is bull crap. Come on.
Do you think, and this is separate from Creighton men's basketball. I remember the email to the students came out, and shortly thereafter, Creighton men's basketball tweets out, hey, students, first 1,000 get a $10 concession card. So this is not Creighton men's basketball. But do you think when the Creighton administration, they walk into their office today, there are students that are standing out going, who's your daddy? Danny Hurley. Who's your daddy? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.